any manipulation, accepting the breath as it is in this moment. Noticing if you're breathing more into the chest or the belly. Notice if it feels full or a little bit shorter in this moment. Notice where the shoulders are without manipulating. Simply taking note, accepting them in their state now and what they have to offer you. Drawing awareness to the hips, noticing how they feel. Maybe they feel easy to release in this moment, and maybe not. Accepting them as they are. How our bodies, our minds, our emotions, our environment tell us a story. When we try to control or manipulate any of those things, when we hide, ignore, shut out, the story tends to get a little muddled. So I invite you in this practice tonight to hear the story, your mind, your body, your emotions, your truest self has to share with you. Begin to deepen the breath into the belly as we become present with the story. Lengthening through the spine. Begin to deepen the breath any bit more. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth, letting go of anything outside of the truest story of you. Accepting yourself in this perfect state you are in now. Notice how it feels to be you. Raw and unchanged. Authentic and pure. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. And then with your eyes open or closed, just extend that prayer up over your head. Drawing the shoulders in line with the body. Drawing the tailbone down into the earth. Drawing the ribs in towards the spine. Nice, tall you. And then release your prayer. Extend your hands up towards the ceiling, palms facing one another. Spread the fingers wide. Breathing deep into the belly. Bring your hands back to prayer, down to your heart center. Interlace your fingers, draw the palms out round the back, chin to chest. What story does the spine have to share? What are you noticing? Any areas of stress, of tightness, of ease? And then lift those palms up towards the ceiling, coming up and out of the shoulders. And then releasing the hands, interlacing the hands behind the low back. Draw the shoulder blades together, nice tall spine here. And then drop the chin to the chest. Notice how the shoulders feel. Not trying to overcompensate or make them do anything different than what they're doing now. As you breathe, how do they naturally respond? Release the hands. Extend the arms up over the head. And then twisting over to the right. So place your left hand on your right knee. Your right hand falls behind you. Taking an inhale, extend the spine long. And then exhale, release into the twists, bringing your chin closer towards your right shoulder. What happens when you breathe deep within the belly? How does the body and the mind respond? Coming out of the twist, inhale, extend both arms up over the head. And then exhale, twist over to the left this time. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to twist. Draw your chin over towards the left shoulder. New side, new experience. Becoming mindful of each moment within the body. Release. Inhale, extend the arms up above the head. And then bringing the left hand down. Taking an inhale, extend the right arm up. And then exhale, that right hand comes towards the left side of the room. Keep that right sit bone drawn down into your mat or your chair. Draw the right shoulder back, keeping it in line with the body. Maybe bring your gaze up towards that right hand. Noticing the feel along the sides of the shoulder, the ribs, the hips. Maybe even into the neck and the jaw. Next, inhale, extend both hands up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, the right hand comes down. Inhale, lift up through the left fingertips. And then exhale them over towards the right. Draw the left shoulder back this time, opening up towards the ceiling. Keeping the breath flowing into the belly. Softly out the nose. And release, extend both arms up over the head. Meet the hands in prayer and then draw that prayer down to your heart center. And then we're gonna separate the feet, bring the feet down onto the floor. And you can do this seated in a chair as well. And then begin to fold forward, rounding the back, keeping the feet on the ground. Bring the palms faced up if they reach. Allow the head to hang heavy. If it feels good, maybe shaking it a little bit, gently left and right. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the nose. Maybe softly closing the eyes here. Where can you release any bit more? Find that area that you're holding on to, that you're resisting. Take an inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Begin to soften. If the mind is wandering here, drawing it back internally, your internal world. Your feeling, your experience, your story. If your palms are faced up, just go ahead and flip them so they're face down. And then walk the hands back in towards the body. Come up one vertebrae at a time. And then just windshield wiper the knees left and right. Then coming back to a seated posture. And however, if you are seated on the floor, however you're crossing your legs, do the opposite cross this time to create balance. And then softly closing the eyes, sitting up nice and tall. Noticing if there's been any deeper connection with your present story. Noticing a depth to your feeling. Meaning behind your experiences. Begin to scan the body for any area that you're holding tension. And as we hold physical tension in the body, stress in the muscles and the tendons, is also an excess of energy that we've held on to. Maybe unfinished business, maybe old emotion, unforgiveness. That came in from the outside world in. Finding one areas of the body, and we'll flow through a couple different areas if you have multiple. But we're going to breathe into that area to bring it a little bit more release, to bring more authenticity, more purity and rawness, physically and energetically. So what that looks like is we're going to take in a deep inhale through the nose, filling up the low belly, and then exhale out the nose. Visualize all of your exhale going into that area as it begins to release. And you can start whenever you're ready, taking an inhale through the nose, fill up deep breath. Exhale, visualize that breath going into that area. Deep inhale through the nose. Soft exhale out the nose. Giving these parts of us permission to let go of anything that is no longer us. Giving it permission to come back to itself, the state it wants to be in. Accepting it in that perfect state. Continue to inhale deeply through the nose, filling up the belly. Exhale, soften. And you can stay in that same area, or feel free to move into a different area of the body. Connecting with the truest parts of you. Accepting yourself in your purest, most perfect state. You are welcome to stay within the physical body or shift into the mental body. Perhaps there's been some thoughts coming up in this meditation. What thoughts can you begin to release? As you come into a higher knowing that the presence, this moment here, is all that exists. Accepting your mind in its purest, most authentic state. Allowing it to work as intended. Giving it only the amount of work it needs. Knowing and accepting that the thoughts coming into your mind are just a part of the story. Deep inhales through the nose. Exhale out the nose. You can stay in the mental body or shift into the emotional body, the feeling body. If there's a feeling in this moment now that's been coming up, bringing acceptance into how you feel. And maybe there's a feeling that you've pushed aside for another day. Or maybe you can draw that feeling back into this present moment, welcoming and accepting it as an important part of your story. Breathing into those feelings. You can stay as you are, or perhaps shift into your spiritual body. Noticing any part of you that you've taken on from this outside world that isn't of your truest being. Where have you been playing pretend? Putting a mask on? Where have you smiled when you haven't wanted to smile? Where have you said something that you didn't mean, just to feel accepted, to feel loved? Begin to journey through these compromises. Softly peeling away all that is not of your truest self. Journeying deeper. Begin to see yourself, the whole of you, in its purest state. See how beautiful you are, and powerful, courageous, strong, creative, loving, happy you are. In your purest state, is where you find your bliss. your peace, your harmony. Why live anywhere else? See your truest, purest, most authentic you. Accepting yourself exactly as you are. Begin to release any control of the breath, allowing it to flow. As you sit in the state of union with the truest parts of you. all parts of my being. I love and I accept all parts of my being. I love and I accept all parts of my being. I trust that my truest gifts will carry me in this life. I trust that my truest gifts will carry me in this life. I trust that my truest gifts will carry me in this life. I release all that is outside of my being. I release all that is outside of my being. I release all that is outside of my being. We are taught from a young age that to be accepted, to be loved, we need to be a certain way. We need to be a certain kind of smart, a certain level of creative, have a certain sense of humor, and look a certain way. But we know that is not love. As we release those untruths of what we were told, we come into a union, a collaboration with our truest self. Loving all parts of us exactly as we are. Begin to deepen your breath, filling up the physical body with life breath. Your life breath. Begin to gently awaken the physical body by bringing small movements to the fingers and the toes. Maybe softly rocking the head. If you're lying down, come into a full body stretch, and if you're seated, just extend the arms above the head, stretching through the spine, spreading the fingers and the toes. And if you are lying down, just making your way into a seated posture as we end our meditation, meeting with our hands in prayer at our heart center. As we acknowledge and accept who we are perfectly as we are. The highest and most truest light in me honors the highest and the truest light in you. Namaste.